You want the truth? He said, not even looking up from his phone. I'm tired of this. Tired of you. Funny how 7 years together can be erased with a flick of a thumb scrolling through Instagram. It was supposed to be a celebration. I had reserved a table at the same restaurant where we'd had our first date. The one in downtown Chicago with the red candles and jazz music humming through the walls. I wore his favorite shirt, brought him the leather-bound notebook he once mentioned in passing 6 months ago. I even wrote him a letter. But none of that mattered when his words dropped like ice. He didn't even flinch as I stood there, swallowing the lump in my throat, staring at the man I had once thought I'd grow old with. Are you serious? I asked. 7 years and that's it? He finally looked at me then. No rage, no regret, just fatigue. I don't feel it anymore, Nate. I'm sorry. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. I packed. I left the apartment we built together, left behind the framed photos, the dog-eared cookbooks, the throw blanket we fought over in winter. I booked a one-way ticket to Seattle and told myself I'd never look back. But I lied. Seattle rains are colder than Chicago's, and yet somehow, they stung less than his words. I rented a tiny studio above a bookstore near Capitol Hill and started over. Made coffee in a mug that wasn't ours. Sat at windows he never touched. Walked streets that had no memory of him. People think grief comes in stages. They forget the part where it loops. One moment I'd be shelving books, humming to myself, and the next I'd hear his laugh echoing through the aisles. I'd smell his cologne in the subway. I'd wake up at 3 a.m., arms stretched across a bed still shaped to his absence. And yet he didn't call, didn't text, didn't even stalk his Instagram. Okay, maybe once. Or twice. 3 months passed. I lived. I even smiled. Then one August afternoon my phone buzzed. From Taylor. Subject: come back, please. I stared at the screen until the sun dipped past the buildings. My heart didn't beat faster. It went quiet, dangerously still. I deleted the email. But the next one came the next day. And the next. Until one simply read, I never stopped loving you. I was just scared. He was waiting for me on our old street. The street that still smelled like summer and the gardenias he once planted. He looked smaller. Not in body, still wore that sharp-shouldered confidence, but in spirit. His eyes were dimmer. His smile cautious. Nate, he breathed. God, I didn't think you'd come. I didn't come back for you, I said. I came back for closure. He winced. Fair. We stood in silence. The wind rustled the trees above, and the house behind him still had the cracked window from that storm last year. Why? I asked finally. Why'd you say those things? Taylor ran a hand through his chestnut hair. Because I panicked. Because I saw the future and thought maybe I was losing myself in it. In us. And I didn't know how to handle being happy. I narrowed my eyes. You hurt me. On purpose. I know. His voice cracked. And I'd undo it all if I could. But all I can do now is ask you to let me try again. Really try. My throat tightened. Do you even know what you're asking? He nodded slowly. Then, to my complete shock, he dropped to his knees. Right there. On the sidewalk. Nate, I'm not asking you to forget what I did. But I'm asking you to believe that I'm still the man who fell in love with you. The guy who danced with you in the kitchen. Who sang off-key to get you to smile. Who memorized the way you like your tea. Get up, I whispered. Embarrassed and moved and angry all at once. But he didn't. I'm begging. Let me fix it. I looked at him, really looked, and saw not the man who broke my heart, but the man who had once made it whole. The man who screwed up. Who regretted it. And maybe, just maybe, the man who could do better. I don't trust you, I said. He nodded. Then let me earn it. It wasn't like in the movies. There was no magical kiss in the rain. No swelling music. No instant return to how things were. But there were slow walks again. Long talks. Therapy. There were nights where I cried and he listened. Days when he doubted and I reassured. He moved to Seattle. Said goodbye to the old apartment. Took up cooking. Grew basil on the windowsill. I teased him for it. Sometimes I still wake up and look at him and wonder if I'm crazy for giving him a second chance. And then he smiles in his sleep, hand finding mine under the blanket. And I remember that love is never perfect. But sometimes, if you're brave enough to fight for it, it's enough. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.